May profits be upon you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great trading week last week. It's good to see you here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. All right, you're trading with RT Money. And I want to go over the US dollar index first. We're going to take a look at the currency futures, all right, the individual currency futures, so we can actually see the either strength or weakness of each individual currency. Okay. And that way we can have make better deformed, better informed decisions when it comes to the pairs. We want to put the weak against the strong. So let's establish what that is. All right, let's start off with the US dollar index. All right, the US dollar index is bullish, still bullish, remains the strongest of all the currencies, just up, just up. That's it. All right, that's all you need to see. All right, there isn't a whole lot to go into. If you look at the week prior, the week that just closed, all right, you see that we closed bearishly after a reaction to the weekly and daily demand supply, the supply zone up there. Price reacted very bearishly from there, right? And we are in the midst of a pullback. Okay, doesn't mean that we're starting a reversal. It just means after an impulse, we are correcting that impulse. Let's go back to the daily. And what I want to show you is what the COT report is talking about. The COT report that was released yesterday tells us what the banking institutions are, what they did on Tuesday. And we can see that they've increased their numbers of those who are holding long positions. 74% are holding long positions. They added to those long positions 1,720, and they closed 911 short positions. They are strong and continue to be strong. You can see last week they added some shorts, right? 4,000 shorts while they were closing long positions. And now, what does that tell you? The week prior to that, they were closing more long positions. They were taking profits, and when you take the big boys take profits, prices tend to fall, and prices tend to go the other way. In this case, it fell, right? And I find that very interesting. So again, they added way more longs to short positions, and the majority are long. So I want to go with the big boys, right? So I am still bearish. I mean, I'm still, forgive me, I'm still bullish, but price is moving bearishly. So all I want you to take from this is your swing low, and this is your swing high, and we are correcting the swing high, which is the bottom and top of trading range, right? And we're just in the midst of a correction, and that correction is coming down to the EQ, all right, the equilibrium, the middle point of the trading range, all right, and that makes me think price could be responding to this daily zone, and we're going to see just how well the daily zone holds, all right, because it can come lower. There's plenty of room for it to come lower, all right, to the equilibrium where we go from premium, to discount prices. I got to get myself together here. All right. So price could come lower and then start the next leg of bullish impulse. Right. So I'm definitely still bullish on this. This is definitely one of the strongest of the currencies. Let's go to the next one. All right. The next one is not gold. How did that get there? It is gold, actually. All right, so this is the hot list, and that's not where I want to be. I want to go back to the futures. All right, here we go. All right, so the next one is the Swiss. Swiss is a funky one. Funky. Why do I call it funky? Because after this bearish impulse here, right, that broke structure and everything, and you just was clear as to the direction, price started correcting. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, and it really, all that up and down is just leaving it neutral, right? We go bullish, we go bearish. We go bullish, we go bearish. We go bullish, we go bearish. All right. The key here is to notice where the last break of internal structure is, and that would be here, and that's a bearish break with a candle body break and close below this low. All right, so it's indicating to me that it is still not still, but it's moving in a bearish way. This impulse broke that low, and we have a correction to it. And I believe after a change of character here, breaking the previous candle body, the previous range of the previous candle to the downside last week, I'm thinking that we may see some more bearishness, but this is really neutral, maybe neutral bearish, right? But this is one of the stronger currencies out of the 8 currencies, right? And what I'm looking for is to put this against the most weakest pairs, and we'll get to that. But this is the kind that you put against pairs that have momentum to the downside and are already weak and getting weaker. You understand? And that would be the commodity pairs: Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, and the CAD. All right, the Canadian dollar. Let's move to the next one. All right, so I'm weak here, but kind of just neutral bearish. You understand? Okay, the next one would be the Japanese yen. Oh, you know what? I forgot to go over that COT report for the Swiss, and I thought I had the report. There you go. Not a whole lot to report. 64% of the institutions are short in this currency. They closed 486 long positions and closed 1,496 short positions. Not a lot of info to gain out of this other than the majority remain short in this that particular currency, all right, in the Swiss franc. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen, an interesting one. The Bank of Japan intervened last week, right? Tried to prop it up a little bit, and it had seemingly a short-term effect. The COT report has 82% of banking institutions are short on the yen, right? Interesting numbers. Almost an equal number of closures of the long positions and short positions. 12,000 for the longs, 10,000 for the shorts. You understand that there are 82% are short in this commodity. I mean, sorry, not this commodity, this currency. So what are we to gain? What are we to glean from this information? Well, it's been like 2 weeks doing nothing, just going sideways, right? Maybe the intervention by the Bank of Japan helped to maybe temporarily stabilize it, perhaps. But this is the kind of currency. All right, it is a safe haven currency, and it will, in times of pending recession, in times like what we see right now, the yen will outperform commodity pairs. So I'm going to look to put this against the weaker pairs that have momentum going to the downside. This doesn't have momentum going to the downside. That was happening, and then that momentum was stopped. Okay, so I will put this against the Aussie dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and the Canadian dollar, because they have momentum going to the downside, and those are commodity pairs. And in times like these, you'll start to see the strengthening of safe haven currencies, and people moving their money from commodity pair, the commodity currencies to safe havens. So I'm going to watch this yen, and I will look for it to put it against the weaker pairs. All right. If we go to the euro next, Euro, you can see according to the COT report, that 54% of the banking institutions are long. All right, and they've opened up almost an equal number of longs and shorts. Not a whole lot you can get out of the COT report there, but let's look at the strength of the euro. Let's look here, right? You can see price is just making lower lows and lower highs. It's a week, right? No doubt about that. All right, and we had a big old break of market structure here, a pivotal one from the 2016. That's a 2016 low. All right, and we've been dive bombing since. Price did come back up to the breakout point, but then descended. What are we doing right now? We're reacting like at this the extreme of this demand zone here. It's a daily demand zone, but it's the extreme of a weekly demand zone. Should this low give out, I don't think we have this has a big chance of holding, and we may come down to these levels right around 92, 9200, right around here. And that's not good. That's not good at all. All right. But my target is at 95,710, which is the low here, but we're in this extreme. And so far the extreme is holding. But and we had a bullish close to the week. This is one candle representing 1 week. And we've come up to the low of the last breakout point, right? And we're rejecting this. So what I think will happen is, if we go back to the daily, what I think will happen is, being that we've come back to the last breakout point and the price is filled in an inefficient price movement, we'll probably see price turn over. And this area here is where I expect that to happen. So next week, that's what I'll be looking for. Okay. Now, this is also one of the pairs that is not commodities based. If you put this against commodity pairs, I would wait, until the Aussie dollar, the New Zealand dollar have their interest rate decisions, which will be Monday and Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Matter of fact, let's just take a quick peek at the calendar. All right. And what we can see on Monday at 11:30 EST, on October 3rd, Monday, that's be the Royal Bank of Australia's interest rate decision. And then on Wednesday, trust me, it might not be listed as high impact on my FX book, but there is a New Zealand dollar interest rate decision coming on Wednesday. All right, so keep your eye out for that and be careful. NFP is coming Friday, right? You got your jobless claims on Thursday for US dollar, and ADP numbers coming up on October 5th on Wednesday as well. All right, those are things you want to be careful of. Okay, so I'm looking for price to come down. All right, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking this is a pullback, and we should get a rounding over at some point to start making our way towards this target and taking out this demand zone. All right, so let's get to our first commodity pair. I mean, not pair, but currency. All right, if we can get to the COT report, the COT report has it at 60% of the banking institutions, so 60% long. All right, they've taken profit, 14,236. They've closed long positions. They've added short positions, 5,486. They've added short positions. They've closed it. They've taken profit on longs, and they are adding shorts, and we are going the way of shorts, and there is momentum to the downside. If you look at how the week closed, 1, 2, 3, very bearish, lots of momentum to the downside. This is the one you want to put against the strongest of the pairs of the currencies that I went over so far, and that would be the US dollar and the Swiss and the yen. Those are it's in the order of strength right now, and those are the top three. Okay. So we're weak here, and it's getting weaker, and this is the one you want to put up against the stronger pairs. All right, look at that weakness here. We just took out this low. So it's going. It's going. Is there any doubt about it going? If you have a doubt, you should have your head examined. Okay, so let's go to the next one. And Australian dollar, this is another one, another commodities-based currency that is showing signs of getting weaker. Let's look at how the week closed. Again, just like New Zealand dollar, bam, 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 3 hard weeks in a row. We're coming to a demand zone here, right? And we are reacting within the zone. And this is the extreme of weekly demand. You understand? Which is a daily demand zone. If we come over here, we can see how nice it looks. It's all pretty and everything, whatever. I don't think it's going to last. I think we're going to eat right through it and hit the target at 0.62520. All right, so this is the one you want to put against the top top three pairings. You want to pair them up against those currencies. All right, and we're just going to move on to the next one. This one's just like the New Zealand dollar. We're just going to be looking at it and know that there is momentum to the downside. Okay, let's go to the British pound. Now, this one's interesting, just like the euro. All right, let's look at what the COT report says. It says that 64% of banking institutions are short. They've added 18,542 long positions. They also added 10,123 short positions. But what were they doing prior? I should have asked that with what was that? The euro, right? They were 73% 3 weeks ago. They were 73% short. Now they're 64% short, right? That's interesting to me. All right. When they at the beginning of September, they were closing long positions, 5,000. They were adding big time numbers for the shorts. They knew it was coming down. They were planning on it. Okay, and here we are. All right, just eating away. So now they're adding more shorts. They're also adding long positions at the same time. I think this is a near-term situation because I believe that just like with the US, just like with the euro, it's just an impulse and a correction. And I believe we are correcting right up here. What is that red line, you might ask? I hear you thinking. All right. If we come over here, this is the one I've been discussing for the last 3 weeks, that if we break this low from 2020, all right, this is the COVID low. If you can remember, we started trading below that. I said this would signal some bad times. Yeah, we stabbed below it, right? And then we had this recovery. The Bank of England had it was the Bank of BOE, right? They had a midweek. I said ECB here, and that's my fault. That's why I'm thrown off. All right, let me make sure we correct that. All right. They had a midweek, couldn't wait. They had a midweek intervention. All right. And shoring up stuff. And we've had a bullish response, right? Look how the week closed, very bullish on the way up, right? But to what end? Let's go to the daily. This is an important breakout point. I believe price may come up and touch this line with a wick, and then we're going to start to see price round over and hit this target down here, which is unfortunately, parity awaits at the $1 uh 1-to-1 price point there. So I have a bearish outlook for the pound, but I don't. I would wait. I would wait until after those interest rate decisions before you jump into pairs like pound New Zealand, pound Aussie. You understand? Wait till after because those currencies are likely to go sideways. They're likely to go sideways up until they have their interest rate decision. You understand? So watch this climb in the pound and look for it to turn over. Right around this level at what level is this? I have it here. Was my thought bubble? Did I lose my thought bubble? I thought I had. There it goes. Man, I'm losing it, man. Gosh darn. All right, right around 1.111,438. That's this area, this major breakout level there. We'll start to see price round over there because there's a supply zone in there as well. Now, let's move on. We're going to the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar. This is just like its cousin, the Aussie, showing, you see how the week ended? Boom, boom, boom. Terrible. Just terrible, man. Terrible. All right. And it's falling hard. All right. There's a lot of momentum. So this is the one you want to put against the US dollar, the Japanese yen, the Swedish, the Swiss franc. All right. According to the COT report, 66% of banking institutions are short. 66% there. Added a few longs, added a few shorts. Nothing to really gain out of that information there. But you can see there were 6,000 long positions closed last week, the week prior. Okay. And that's something that is really noticeable and worthy of note. All right. And you can see the fall since, right? So if we go to Friday, if we go to yesterday's close, you can see how bearish it is and how we're going further into this demand area. And that demand area is here. We break this low. All right. And this is from March 2020. That is the COVID low. We break that low and start trading under it. Bad news. Bad news. And we're heading that way. So this one has momentum to the downside. Okay. And that's the last one. Okay. So let me make sure you understand. I want to put the strong against the weak against the strong, right? So I'm going to my strong weak hot list. And what you can see here, and let me blow this up so that you can see it. I'm looking to put the US dollar against the CAD. All right, the Canadian dollar. All right, I'm looking to put the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. All right, I want the US dollar. I want to go long with the US dollar against the CAD, against the New Zealand dollar, against the Aussie dollar. All right. Secondarily, all right, I think that these are going to be our best chances for good, strong trades with a high probability, right? The CAD, putting the CAD against the yen, putting the Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar against the yen, I think those will also represent some good opportunities. And I'm going to look at all 6 of these separately in videos, and I'll have them out before the opening of the week. All right, for the new trading week ahead. Okay. Also, I'll take a look at the usuals: the pound, the US dollar, and the euro US dollar, and I'll take a look at the gold and oil as well. Okay, and I hope that you will make sure you check those out. Okay, and I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you staying to the end of this video. Thank you very much. And do leave me a comment, do leave me a like. All right, hit the like button if you will. That helps the YouTube algorithm and it helps this channel to grow, especially when you leave comments so that I can return, give you a response, because I respond to all of the comments. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you again.